there, welcome to the channel. I'm Cindy Daychuck with Queen Bee Creations, and today we are doing a project with some scrap wood. So I have, a couple of lightweight little pine boards, and we're going to turn them into a birdhouse. Now, we're not doing a square one. It's kind of an elongated square. It's kind of a kite-shaped one. I just, was looking at the boards and thought, I'd want to turn it on its side. So that's what we're doing. And what I want to do is I've kind of taken a bit of a template. So I'm going to do it this way. And I'm going to use the full top to bottom. And I've kind of picked out just roughly, where my sides would be. And rather than doing it straight edges, I want kind of sloping curved roof, of course, because that makes my life more difficult. So I've just traced this onto my paper, and I'm just going to fold it along those lines, just to try and see my lines here. Okay, I'm going to cut that shape and then fold it. And just to be able to kind of cut for the curve, just so I can trace that on exactly, because I'm going to need to have the front and the back, and I might as well start by at least having the pattern straight, because I'm not guaranteed that my cutting is going to be straight, in all honesty. But I figured that this is the easiest way for me to try and get something that's semi-okay. So what I'm going to do is look for something that kind of curves naturally. Just looking, kind of going, oh, I got these little plastic plates over here. That's a bigger curve than I want. So I need something that is at least as big as that. So I'm going to go grab a plate, and I'm just going to trace that out and cut that out, and then draw the rest of my pattern onto here. So I need to cut 2 of these boards with a jigsaw. Okay, you can see that it's just a nice gradual slope here that just gives a little bit of a curve. I don't want something huge. So I'm just going to start tracing onto my board here. Now I'm thinking I want more. Let me just exaggerate it a little bit. Okay, I'm thinking that's better. What I am going to do is cut this one, and then I will use it as the template onto my other boards so that it's even closer to reality, maybe. That's my thinking. So I'm going to go get this one cut out, trace it onto this one, and cut it out. And then I'll see about these boards, how much I have to cut them, if any. We'll see. I gotta tell you, I did better cutting the curves than I did cutting the straights. The straights are not so straight. But it's for the birds. It'll be okay. I'm not gonna agonize over it. Nor should you. All right. Off to attempt to cut another one. Okay, now that I have these pieces cut, let me just show you what I am going to do. I'm going to tack them just lightly with my hot glue. Oh, caught in the drawer. With my hot glue, just so that I stand a better chance of being able to nail them together. that they'll hold better. Now, you notice that this doesn't come all the way down to that tip. If I had these coming right to the tip, I would have had to have been able to kind of bevel the edges so that they came to a point. Yeah, I don't know how to do that. And I think it requires more specialized equipment than I have. So I am just going to take them like that so that I can just nail them straight, and then there's still a bottom there. And I think that that's fine. It'll look pointy from the front and the back, and it's for the birds. I don't think that they'll care. They just care that they're not going to fall through the bottom. So that's what I'm going to do. And I think that's okay. So I'm going to get these attached to the one side. That's the difficult side. Just, you know, putting on the top is easy because I can just nail straight down. So I'm just going to kind of glue them and clamp them so that they're in a way that kind of holds together, so that I'm not going to nail through myself. And then before I attach this one, we've got a little bit more to do to it. So I'm just going to be gluing and nailing off camera, but you know what that looks like now in terms of that. Okay, now that my basic box is together, I need to drill a bird hole. So I bought this off Amazon and I'm excited to try it. I drew a little dot where I'm going to put my beginning bit, and I'm excited, nervous. So let's say a quick prayer and go. Okay, successful. Looks like a hole. I'm just going to sand the inside so that there's no rough edges for the birds going through. Okay, that was exciting. All right, I could paint this, but I'd like it to just have kind of a natural weathered look to it once it's outside. So I am just mixing up some instant coffee. And so I'm gonna stain it, but I'm gonna coffee stain it. And this is gonna be an all natural stain, obviously. Nothing that's gonna harm any birds, assuming they like coffee. And I can put on as many coats as I'd like to be able to create the intensity of color, or I can certainly add more coffee to the mix. All right, not quite dry yet, but good enough for me to carry on. What I want to do before I start attaching the roof is I want to attach the perch. And for that, I'm going to use this old tarnished hardware, which I love. Now it's got the 2 screw holes right here. So we have to screw in from the back into this, which is why I need to do it now. So there's a couple of methods for making sure these line up, but this is a fairly soft wood. So I am just going to kind of put these roughly where I want them. Oops. And I'm just going to push down hard. And it's going to create little holes there, little marks. Can you see those little marks? Little grooves. That's going to show me where I need to drill down. So I'm going to drill holes and then attach the hardware from the back, screw them in place, and then we've got our little perch done. All right. So this is the front. Look at it. It's cute. All right. So for the roof, what I want to do is I want to start by just roughly gluing these big massive tongue depressors in place. Now, this is not going to be my finished roof. I have another idea, but I just want to have something that's a little bit more supportive. I get these aren't hugely strong, but they're going to be strong enough for what I have in mind. So I am going to kind of glue them so that they're kind of tiered. Ultimately, they will get nailed. I'm just not nailing these and then what I'm going to put on top as well, if it works. But if not, then this gives me a surface to attach other things to. And really, here's where you can go with whatever you've got around, right? So you can go in almost any direction. We'll see how mine turns out, but you know what? It's just about gluing it in place, just tacking them roughly since they'll get nailed later. I just don't want to do nails and nails. Okay. Now, this is super cute, just even with these on there. So if you want it to be done, you could paint it out and be finished. These aren't that hardy though. So weather-wise, I think that these would rot away fairly quickly. I had an idea of using these just as the base and having a protective coating over top. And so my thought was using one of these aluminum baking trays. They're very thin, they're easy to cut. I had leftovers in my shop from another project. They've got this nice edge, so I thought I'd use that at the front. But in essence, we're looking at attaching this way, curling these ends underneath. I have to cut this side, and cutting this end and curling those edges underneath, and kind of gluing and nailing everything together. And then we have this nice metal roof. And I think that's kind of cool, kind of different. So I'm just going to cut off this back end, which is in my face, and it's very awkward. Normal scissors work just great with this. So it's not like metal that we need some fancy equipment for. And it means as well that I can just use my fingers to be able to bend it. And as much as I might get a paper cut from this, I'm not going to be slicing open my fingers. So I'm just going to kind of cut it to size. And, you know, this is a little too long on this side. Get it cut down so that I can fold it under. And I'm going to use some hot glue on the underside to kind of tack that in place. But I am going to look at maybe using some nails in along the top. So I think it's kind of a cool idea. Gives you an idea of what it's going to look like. Okay, I'm digging it. All right, I'm going to get things glued up and attached, but it's just really kind of cutting and folding more than anything else. Okay, this is our finished little birdhouse out of scrap wood. And we just used coffee stain. We used an old leftover knob. Just, you know, those longer tongue depressor kind of things from the dollar store. And an old Betty Crocker baking sheet. And it even says Betty Crocker up there. So I think, again, something like this, it doesn't have to be major work. It's not a lot of fancy painting. We kept it simple. I mean, you could paint this out and distress it. You could put transfers and seal them. I mean, you can do all kinds of things, but it's just kind of super cute and simple as it is, and just a cool little shape. Now, for something like this, you could have anchored it, maybe done a bit of a dowel post across the top so that you could hang it if you chose. You can put a little hanger on the back to be able to hang it on the side of a post or from a tree so that it would you know, be flush against something. I'm going to do mine flush, but just a kind of simple, cute little idea. Let me know what you think of this one. Love to hear from you as always. And definitely looking forward to seeing you on the next one. Until then, take care.